Hi, this is Brandon Compagnone. This is a 90-minute flow practice. Let's begin. Hello, everybody. Hello. You ready for some power? Let's do it. Come on to downward dog, please. Downward dog. Open your eyes, relax them on one point, and begin breathing Ujjayi breath in and out of your nose. And it's not a breath that you have to force. It's really, the breath is already there. That's your gift, life. And it's really what you create with life. So your Ujjayi breathing is a co-creation. And it begins by listening and creating the sound of Ujjayi breath at your throat. Just throat breathing. Narrow out the aperture of the throat. Relax all the muscles of your face. And your eyes are clearing. Begin focusing your eyes on one point, one external point. And this is how you internalize your practice. So this practice is really an experience, an inner experience. A physiological shift, which really is, a psychological shift. Spread out your toes. Anchor your index finger knuckle into the mat. And hollow out the armpits. Lift the upper arm bones away from the mat slightly. Draw the ribs under the chest, into the body. Bring your feet together. Inhale your right leg up. Stretch the bones. Stretch your bones. Your bones are living tissues. When you move from your bones, the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, the skin come to life. Bend your knee and take your upper leg to the left. More earth in your lower leg. So squeeze the muscles to the bones. If you need to bring your left knee to the floor, then do that. And how do you know? Just because you're intuitive and you trust yourself. Bring your right foot to the floor. Straighten your left leg up. Spread out your toe bones. Flare through the toes and the fingers. Bend your upper knee, take your leg to the right. Now big air in and out of your nose. Squeeze your lower leg. If your lower knee's not on the ground, squeeze it. Get the spark, and then breathe some air, some oxygen into that spark. Front edge of your mat. Separate your feet hip-width distance. Bend your knees. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Some of you may want to open your feet a little wider. Generally, that's how you create more stability. And without creating stability in your poses, you're building on sand. Build on rock. And you've been standing on this big rock called Earth for years. But as we begin to practice asana, yoga poses, not only do we stand up straight with our eyes focused and our heart open, but we learn to stand for something. We stand for goodness. A lot of us are here because we know there's goodness out there, and we have to constantly remember there's an amazing force out there that can do for us what we can't do for ourselves. And when we come in here and into a yoga room with an intention to stand for this big energy, this energy actually starts to move towards us. You can call this really a prayer, a movement to spirit, a movement to stillness. Shift your weight forward without jamming out your toes. Begin to straighten your legs by degrees in order to increase the heat in your body. Through your nose, breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe out. Bring your hands to the mat. Walk your feet together. Ground through your legs, stand up. Stretch your arms up. Look up, don't strain your neck. And do a back bend. Stretch your abdominal wall out. Lift your toes up. Ground the four corners of the feet into the floor. Outer shins in. Go up one more level. Hands to your heart. 3 ohms. Reach up, breathe in, open your eyes, bow forward. You know, we're here to wake up, really to wake up into our lives. Drop your skull, or you'll just stay asleep. Let the blood get to your brain. Come halfway up, breathe in. You can start with bent knees and your hands on your shins. Step back, high plank. You can bring your knees down, just don't be a fighter. Shift forward, low plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. If you bring the power of your breathing, the Ujjayi breath, and the quality of your vision together, that's what Vinyasa practice is. It's a system of breathing. And to keep your mind anchored on the breath, your eyes are an amazing tool. It really just plugs you into your nervous system. And when your nervous system's calmed and the chemistry in your body shifted, sustained focus attention is just another practice. That's it. But it becomes available to you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk to the front edge of your mat. It might take a few steps. Don't rush anything. Halfway up, breathe in. Nature doesn't rush. Bow forward. Sweep up. Get as much air into your body as possible. Forward bend. Escort all the air out. Halfway up. Step back, high plank. Press your heels back. Curl your toes under. You need to stretch out and create elasticity. Well, malleability through the tendons and the ligaments. Elasticity through the muscles. So stretch your... Can you feel as you press your heels back, your calf muscles stretch a little bit? Stack your shoulders directly above your wrists. And then firm up the arms. Squeeze the muscle to the bone. Just don't lock your elbows. Some of you guys, your elbows are bending in the opposite direction. Don't lock your elbows. Shift forward and down, chaturanga. Upward dog. Down dog. You never want to lock your joint systems. In Vinyasa Yoga, we really protect the joint systems. And this type of alignment is the key to injury-free movement. Come to your high plank. Stack your joints. That's a universal principle. And you want to encode that in your mind. Every time you come into a yoga pose, always align with gravity in a healthy way where you feel lighter. Now, if you don't stack your joint systems, you're going to load your joint systems with unnecessary tension. You do need tension. That's why you squeeze the muscle to the bone. Now shift forward and down, low plank. Forearms are perpendicular to the mat. Upward dog. Downward dog. Crystal clear vision. Take a huge breath in. Empty it out. Walk to the front edge of your mat. Halfway up, breathe in. Forward bend. Sweep up. Bow forward. Halfway up, presence yourself to your toes. Lift your toes up. Step back, high plank. Now move with an integrated awareness. Shift forward a little bit, chaturanga, like a plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. Amplify your breathing. Use the muscles in between your ribs, the muscles in your back, the pectoral muscles. You enroll all the muscles for Ujjayi breath. Otherwise, you'll just be in survival breath, and you don't shift in survival mode. It's when you're at your boiling point, when the constitution of your body shift. And the yogic breathing will do that. You don't even have to try hard. You do have to try, though, right? You do have to try. Breathe in. Breathe out. Work with right energy. Walk to the front edge of your mat. In the beginning, we're just developing right aim. Halfway up. Drishti. Bow forward. Sweep up. Yeah, we're going from an external focus to an internal focus. Bow forward. Flat back. High to low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Take a big breath out. Uddiyana Bandha. Pull the belly up to the spine. Walk forward or jump to your hands. Flat back. Bow forward. Bend your knees and drop your hips. Thunderbolt. Lift your toes up. And sit 80% of the weight in your heels. Outer shins in. You can squeeze your knees together. Just don't hurt yourself. Don't press your bones together if it hurts. Scoop your tail just a little bit and drop about 3 or 4 inches lower. Now zip her up so you channel this energy. Pull the belly up to the spine. Soften the ribs into the body and broaden out through the kidneys. Breathe into the back body. Take a little back bend. Breathe in. Forward bend. Flat back. High to low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Drop your back heel and sweep your arms up. Now, the main attribute of the warrior is they're indifferent. They're neutral. That begins by lining your heels up. So you move into this realm, this energetic realm, the realm of possibility, through your physical body. And you always start bringing consciousness to that which is touching the ground. Spread out your toes across your mat. And if you feel wobbly, just open up your feet right to left. Or front to back. Have that type of inquiry when you practice. Don't wait for answers from your teacher. There's knowledge that I can impart to you, but then you got to assimilate it and make it useful. So there's no right distance front to back or right to left, as long as your feet aren't crossing. Aim to have your front knee at 90 degrees. Now zipper up the back leg, squeeze the muscle to the bone. Scoop the tail so the energy triggers. Pull the belly up to the spine. The ribs under the chest draw into the body. Everyone do this. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Lengthen out the lateral body. Take the shoulders back to the wall behind you and down away from your earlobes. Squeeze your arms straight. And look up if your neck's healthy. Keep your hands above you and bring your palms together. Go straight up, as if you're trying to lengthen your fingers. And pulling the tips of the fingers out of the knuckles. Pulling the tips of the toes out of the knuckles. And with strong energy, strong, powerful, fire energy in your back leg, go up to a new level. And go back a little bit. Take your right lung back and your left lung forward. Take a giant breath in. Hands pass through your heart, low plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left side, warrior one. I bet you did most of your morning things today on one side of your body, like you do every day. And when we bring awareness to patterns in our lives, we break the patterns. And a practice like this, a global practice where we honor the right side and the left side equally, we begin to see where there's a lack of strength or just too much strength. So too much strength, too much tension will toxify you and it'll suffocate you. So if you're just trying to get this right, you'll literally suffocate yourself. You won't see that the aim of the warrior is to align with life. And that can be conceptual, so let's bring it to the physical, the pulsation of your breath in and out of your nose. As if your skin is a third lung. And you just feel the beauty of expansion on the in-breath and contraction on the out-breath. And when you line up with that pulsation, you're close to nature. And the closer you are to nature, the more natural you become. And the more that your yoga practice is an experience of grace, of just being close to grace, with grace. Look up. Keep your arms straight. Bring your palms together. And then bring it. Bring the love. Bring the love. Who cares what the pose looks like? Tap into some soul force, some intuitive, some creative energy. Go higher and go back. Huge breath in. Hands to your heart, low plank. Upward dog. Pause for a moment. You can always modify and drop your legs to the floor or have a little slight micro bend in your elbows. But take your shoulders back and down away from your ears. And then try to drag your hands back without moving them. That way your spine moves into the body. And some of you are ready to lift your chin. Just don't ever strain your neck. It's a fragile creature. Okay, thigh bones pull you back, down dog. It doesn't matter if you're alone or you have 50 people around you practicing this. Flow is not something that's happening on the outside of you. It's the experience of just being with your breath, being so connected with life that it feels like it's living you. You know, you'll get it. Well, you know, your practice does you. It called you here this morning. So can you just get out of your way and let your practice happen? All the great things in my life just happened. I didn't manipulate things for them to happen. I trusted in the world and good things happen. Take a giant breath in. Empty it out. You can't will your way. You can't storm the gates of heaven. Walk or jump. Halfway up. Forward bend. Thunderbolt. Bow forward. Flat back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Let it come together. Right? Chaturanga. Yeah, there's intention there. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot. And execution. There's effort. Strong effort. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. You know, in the mechanics of an awareness-based program, it involves setting the mind on one point and then sustaining that effort. So your eyes are just focused. It doesn't matter where you move or what you look at. There's a connection to seeing. In the middle of all this change, the connecting to seeing clearly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Uddiyana Bandha. Pull the belly up to the spine. Walk or jump. Flat back. Forward bend. Thunderbolt. Bow forward. Halfway up. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side. Take up space, a new space. You know, celebrate it. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Left side. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Down dog. There's a different quality to your presence when you know this is good and you're getting deeper into yourself, into who you truly are. Practice like this just excavates everything we just don't need. Breathe out. Uddiyana. Walk or jump. Halfway up. Bow forward. Utkatasana. Forward bend. Halfway up. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Oh, that was a celebratory step. Now shine. Low plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left side. Turn your frown upside down. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Do you know that really affects your chemistry? Down dog. Big giant breath out. Walk or jump. Halfway up. Fold forward. Utkatasana. Bow down. Long spine. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Liquid. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left side. From an inner point out. You got to go beyond your skin in asana. Chaturanga. So the breakthrough energy. The up dog. Down dog. Bring your feet together. Right leg up. Bend your knee. And experience this space consciously. And then once you're conscious, you can make right choices. You can just stay where you are or flip over. Anytime you move into chaos, you have to move in with some level of control. Hand to the sky, high plank. Now the technology of our asana, stacking the joints up, gives us this control. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Down dog. You think you know something. You do. I do too. And I have to constantly remind myself every day, I don't know anything. This is true wisdom. That's practice. Those were the three most spiritual words in my life when I began. I don't know. Okay, draw your right knee in your chest. Right leg up. Cross over and touch your left elbow. Kick up. Right elbow. Donkey kick. Crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a big breath in. Twist, left elbow past your right thigh. Now, not only do you have to build your foundation on rock, but you got to hold its integrity throughout the pose. And it doesn't mean that you're not wavering or wobbling. You're just adjusting by breathing in to create more length from your back heel to the crown of your head. And breathing out to rinse through the vital organs. Stay here, or you can put a block under your left hand. 5, 4, 3, zipper up your back leg. 2, keep twisting. Warrior 2. Again, stack up your joints. Bring your forearm to your front thigh, straighten your left arm over your upper ear. Create a power line from the center of your back heel to the center of the upper palm. Supporting yourself with your lower arm, wrap the upper arm around your back. Some muscles support you, other muscles are being supported. But use the bones. Use your skeleton as your foundation. Stack your joints. 5, squeeze the muscle to the bones in your back leg. 4, drishti. 3, 2, High plank, Vastistasana. Spin your heels to the right, take your left arm to the sky. Straighten your left arm over your upper ear and flip your left palm to the floor. You can modify by bringing your right knee to the ground so your bottom thigh is perpendicular to the mat. Rest your upper arm to your left side. Look to the mat, chaturanga. That was cool, huh? Upward dog. Downward dog. Okay, it wasn't that cool, but feet together, left leg up. Bend your knee and play your edge. Go ahead, flip over if that's where your edge is. Sometimes your edge is at a minimum space, and then sometimes your edge is like at a maximum edge. Hand to the sky, high plank. Core strength, chaturanga. Up dog. Always want to play your edge, always. Down dog. You always want intensity. Whether it's minimum intensity or maximum intensity, you got to stay in the middle. Living in the middle path is intense. Balancing is intense. Left knee into your chest. Kick up. Left knee to your left elbow. Kick up. Okay, crossover. Kick up. And like a cat, step forward, crescent lunge. Use your tailbone for balance. Scoop your tailbone under. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist, right elbow past your left thigh. Supercharge your back leg. Like there's a strong voltage from the back, the center of the back heel to the crown of your head. And that increases as you breathe. You can straighten your arms, but don't lose voltage in the back leg. 5. The important element in the twist is fire. So squeeze the muscle, the back leg muscles to the bone and generate big ujjayi. 4. 3. Listen carefully. 2. Breathe all your air out. Warrior 2. Front foot, 12 o'clock. Back toes, 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Rest your forearm to your front thigh. Straighten your right arm over your upper ear. You know, a healthy yoga pose, you connect the dots of your body intuitively. Half bind. Neutral alignment. True alignment. I mean, really making your pose authentic and original. It has to come from the dialogue of mind and body. Yeah, the teacher can guide you for some time, but then really you're on your own. Otherwise, it's not authentic yoga. You know, it's imitation. It's copy. And that'll get you so far, but it won't transform you. Squeeze your back leg with more rigor. Take a big breath in. Hands to the mat. High plank. Side plank. Heels to the left. Right arm up. Stretch your right arm over your upper ear. Flip your right palm to the floor. Peel the outer edges of the feet back. Rest your upper arm to your right side. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. And just become present to your internal thermostat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk or jump to your hands. Flat back. Forward bend. Thunderbolt. Hands to your heart. Twist. Left elbow past your right thigh. Now, solidity in the lower body is indispensable. You need to hug in and make your legs one. You yoke your legs together. Use each toe pad. Use all the musculature of the feet to shape the lower body into a container. Once the container is there, you can straighten your arms. You know, a container, a space, a stronghold, they're unmessable with. Right? You're in training right now. You're in the middle of this, in the middle of a perfect storm. Breathe with calm. Lift your toes up. Tilt your pelvis to the back wall. Pull your collarbones to the front wall. One breath at a time. Calm determination. Right when you want to come out of the pose, that's when the psychological dynamic enters. That's when the pose begins. Lift up and lengthen. Hands to the mat. Separate your feet, hip width distance, or go wider. Bend your knees. Hook your big toes with your index and middle finger. Halfway up, breathe in. Bow forward. Give yourself some space so you can breathe. If you can't breathe, it's just not real. You'll be competing and comparing yourself to some ideal you have, and you won't even be conscious of it. So to become conscious, to wake up in the middle of all this, that's where the power is. Once you're in that space, once you're in the now, you'll know how far to stretch. You'll know when to push. You'll know when to yield. Let go of your toes. Crow pose. 5. You may feel some fear, but exercise your faith. Act anyway, even if it's a baby step. That's how you doubt your doubts. That's how you rewire your mind. Breathe in. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. I heard that little squeak. That was cute. Walk to the front edge of your mat. Halfway up. Bow forward. Utkatasana. You start off squeaking and then you roar. Hands to your heart. Twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. So you want gale force winds right now. That's what strengthens your roots. As you wake up the dexterity of the feet by stretching out the toes and activating the musculature, you'll be able to steer your hips effectively. Right hip crease to the wall behind you. From the earth in your legs, open up your arms. And just have an open sky quality in the torso. And then drink in the breath. There's energizing ingredients in the atmosphere. And it's just percolating within you right now. Just give it time. Give the breath time to do her work, to work magic on you. Crouch down low so you get some more heat from the quadriceps. Now lift up higher and torque, twist. Hands to the mat, separate your feet hip width. Bend your knees and then walk your toes past the crease of your wrists. Gorilla. Flat back. Fold forward. Work with the same principles that you've been working with all practice. If the stretch is too intense, then bend the knees and breathe more and make it an accessible intensity. A fire that doesn't burn you but purifies you. It's all about managing energy, and one of the first relationships we have with energy is managing our heat. Whether we're in a room packed with people and it's humid and it's 100 degrees, or just by ourselves. We're just managing our heat. These are just tools, you guys. You don't want to be managed by your tools. You want to manage your tools. Let go of your feet. Slide your hands out. Bring your feet together. Hands to your hips. Ground through your legs. Stand up. Spread your fingers out. Reach your arms out. Get a big wingspan. Eagle pose. Bend your knees. Wrap your right leg over your left leg. Right arm underneath your left arm. Not too tight. Not too loose. Right aim. Focused awareness. And right effort. Right energy. Press your elbows together. Squeeze your thigh bones together. Sweep up. Bend your knees. Left leg over your right leg. Left arm underneath your right arm. One of the best things for the pulmonary system, the circulatory flow. Oxygenate your blood system. That's where a lot of disease begins, in the blood. Oxygenate it with prana, life force, life energy. Whole new luster in the eyes, a whole new way of seeing the world. Sweep up. Right limbs. hug the left limbs. This is a passionate balance pose. You're hugging in and really refining and defining the midline of the body. The space between the right and the left side of the body. You hug in and you create more space, more balance. Sweep up. Left side eagle. Eagle vision. Clear, directed, unwavering. It's an unwavering commitment to being right here, right now. Sweep up. Hands to your heart. Right knee to your chest, left hand to your hip. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Stay here with your right hand at your knee, or reach down and grab your big toe with your index and middle finger. You can grab the outer edge of your foot with your 4 fingers. Take your right shoulder back. Lower abdominals draw in and up to support the spine. Take your leg to the right, drishti to the left. Come back to center, release your foot and straighten your leg. Sweep your arms up, breathe in. Airplane. Catch the stream of your breath. Be like a pilot in training. You're that focused. Hands to your heart. Half moon. Put a block under your left hand. You can start with your right hand at your hip, or take the right arm up. Pull the energy of your legs from the core. Spread out your toes. And then the heart energy, that comes from the hands. Really open up your hands. Receive this. Go ahead. Shine more. Ragdoll. Bring your hands to the mat. Walk your feet together. Ground down and stand up. Stretch. Hands to your heart. Come to center. Dry your left knee into your chest, right hand to your hip. Focus your eyes on one point. Stay there or reach down and grab your toe or your foot. Straighten your front leg. Relax your jaw. Take your leg to the left, gaze to the right. In the middle of all this, breathe anyway. Come back to center, release your foot, straighten your leg, stretch your arms up, breathe in, airplane. Calm determination and mental surrender. You suddenly tap into an inner supportive force that propels you forward and up. Hands to your heart, Ardha Chandrasana. Honor your cycles. Lower foot, 12 o'clock. Embrace the bones with muscle love. Squeeze in, squeeze in. You got to draw in to shine out. Okay, full shine. No one teaches you that. You don't learn that out of books. That comes from love, huh? Shine out. Go more. Give more. Give more. Ragdoll. Hands to the mat. Walk your feet together. Ground down, stand up. Reach up into space. Hands to your heart. Nadarajasana. Left arm up. Drop your right arm down. Bend your right knee and catch onto your right foot or your shin. Right aim. Focus your eyes on one point. Don't let your eyes dance. Let the breath dance. 5. Lean forward, but kick back strong through your right shin. 3. Rise up. You're always rising to a new altitude in yoga. Right foot to the floor. Windmill your arms. Unless you're doing forward bends, there's always this energy that's lifting you up. and grounding you down, right? Simultaneously. In the balance pose, we bring this energy to life, right? That which grounds us and that which lifts us, right? Gravity and grace. Kick more. Left foot to the floor. Windmill your arms. Bend your right knee. We'll hold this one a little longer so you can experience yourself as a work in progress. You know, the student learns in daily increments. The pose progresses in increments. It's a process, a progression over time. 5, 4, go to 60% now. 3 to 70%. 2, keep going. Right foot to the floor, windmill your arms. Did we reach 100%? Did we? Okay. Go ahead, bend your left knee and go. If you want 100%, you got to aim for 150%. The true danger, as Michelangelo says, is not that we aim too high and get it, or we aim too high and we miss it. It's we aim too low and we get it. We stay in our comfort zone. Nothing shifts. No, risk it all. 5, 4, 3, keep going. 2, left foot to the floor. Hands to your heart. Tree, Vrikshasana, balance on your left leg. Draw your right foot to your left inner thigh. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. So yeah, I'll tell you this, when you play your edge like that, you'll move into your heart. You hear about this a lot in yoga. Oh, be in your heart, be in your heart. Okay, whatever. Let's see it. Let's make it real. This is the greatest training ground. When everything's coming apart, the strong winds of your life are blowing, and you just take a stand for playing at that higher level. I mean, if you don't do it here, you won't do it anywhere else. This is it. This is it. This is your life. And when you bring conscious, when you're present to your actions, that's what transformation's all about. Being present with my action. Spread out your toes. Lift your left quadricep up. Scoop the tail and pull the belly up. You ground down, reach your arms above you. Now keep rooting down through the lower body and rising up through the upper body. Hands to your heart, right foot to the mat. Switch legs, balance on your right leg and bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. Firm up your right quadricep. You've got to squeeze it onto the bone. When you squeeze your muscle onto your bone and you press your left heel bone into the inner left thigh, right thigh muscle, it's a feeling like you've never had before in your life. Not many people massage your inner thighs unless you're really lucky. But can you press in just as much with your right thigh bone into your heel that you are pressing into your heel and your thigh bone? Reach your arms up. You're either rooted and present or you're not. Hands to your heart, left foot to the mat. Ground down, reach up, breathe in. Bow forward. Flat back, high to low plank. Upward dog. Down dog, right foot to warrior 1. Warrior 2. Straighten your legs. Now reach out like you're an octopus, like your tentacles. You have your limbs, then you have your metaphysical limbs. Triangle. You know, this is what we got to go beyond. We have to go beyond what we know. Got to go beyond the body. This is one of the best poses to really come into full self-expression. It's like lighting something up. Start at your toes. That's like the fuse. Once you get your toes lit up, carry the energy up your legs. Hug the muscle to the bone. And then from your plexus, your solar plexus, you radiate out through your arms, through your fingers, even through your nose. Tip of your nose is lit up. Ground down. Stand up. Hands to your hips. Right toes to the left wall. Hug the elbows to the midline. Breathe in. Bow forward. Hands to the mat. Flip your fingertips to the wall that you're gazing towards. Both feet 12 o'clock. Lift the inner arch of the feet. That'll help you spin your ankles to the back wall. And ground the outer edge of the feet down. Press your outer ankles down. See, once your roots are in, then you become more malleable. Shift your hips forward. Let your upper body dangle down like a trunk of an elephant. No tension in the neck. Relax the muscles of your face. But keep your eyes open and focused. Bring your hands to your hips. Ground through your legs. Stand up. Arms above you. Breathe in. Drop your right arm by your side. Bend your elbows and catch your hands at the back of your heart. Now, we bring a lot of awareness to the front of our heart, but how about the back of the heart? And bringing out the power of our hands together at the back of the heart. Lengthen the sternum up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Now lead with the sternum. Fold forward. Do a flat back if you drop your head down. You know, this is an amazing place to manage your space. If we're not used to being around a lot of people, and just being around a lot of people can be challenging, but man, it's really through other people you find your yoga. Being around other people and accepting them as they are. It all starts with you accepting you. This is a great system to just come into full acceptance. First, you just got to make peace with your body. Ground down and stand up. Point your right foot forward. Step your back foot up to the center of your mat. Keep your bind. Now, inquiry. Is your foundation built on rock or not? Lengthen your spine. Breathe in. Fold forward. Micro bend your front knee so it's not overwhelming the intensity of the stretch in the back leg. Always start small and then progress. Usually because of the way we're cultured, we just force things. And this is not force yoga, it's power yoga. Right? Aligning with power. It's all about aligning. Ground through the inner edge of the front foot. And your next in-breath, lengthen your spine forward a little more. Take your right lung away from your front thigh. Okay, hands to the mat, twist and triangle. You can put a block under your left hand, or maybe two of them. You can start with your right hand to your hip, but just don't rush the process. Be present to each step in the process. 5, 4, 3, 2, hands to the mat, low plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot, warrior 1. Warrior 2. Straighten your limbs, all of them. Now wrap them up with muscle. Spread out your fingers. Make your fingertips glow. Breathe in, hinge forward, triangle. See, if you just light up your toes and your fingertips, your life energy will draw what's on the outside of you to your core. And can we open up those lines of communication? So that we're really affected by our action. And our action has meaning. It's not just a dead, empty, boring yoga pose. It's a powerful pose built on love and intention and purposefulness. I'm deliberate when I move. Otherwise, I'm just asleep. Zipper up your back leg. Breathe in. Empty it out. Stand up. Hands to your hips. Left toes to the right wall. Now point your toes into the midline of the body. Lace your hands at your lower back. Breathe in. Bow forward. The midline of the body usually gets congested in the space between your shoulder blades. Yield to gravity. Let your hands get heavier. Surrender your hands. Surrender your arms. Drop your skull. And just feel the new flow of blood getting down into the brain. Just loosening up a lot of psychic debris. Without loosening that up, it just sabotages you, your old psychology. Ground down, stand up. Undo your fingers. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. Drop your left arm by your side. Bend your elbows. Catch your hands. Lengthen your spine. Breathe in. Fold forward. All these different articulations of the joint systems. We move the joint systems in the full range of motion. Otherwise, the joint systems start to develop plaque and they corrode. This is why it's the greatest system, the greatest yogic system that I know about. The Baptiste Power Flow, because it accesses all the joints, all the ligaments, all the tendons. It's such a global practice that when your body is healthy and whole and integrated, you just start to develop this attitude of gratitude. And when there's an attitude of gratitude, we just begin again. We start fresh. We're thankful for our past. We're not regretting or ruminating. We've made peace with it. Now we're present, and when we're present, we can alter our future. Ground down, stand up. It's really tough to be present unless you live in a healthy body. Left foot forward, step your back foot up. So inquiry, is your foundation strong? Can it support you? Lengthen your spine, breathe in. Fold forward. Now, as you progress in the pose will reveal where there's weakness, especially as you hold the poses longer or you become more knowledgeable about the pose. When I say I mean that self-knowledge, the ability to adapt to what's appropriate in the living instant of this moment. The micro shifts, mind-body dialogue. Tightening up the front leg muscle a little bit or loosening it, always by degrees. This is a deep communion, a deep communication. Hands to the floor, twist and triangle. Five, 4, 3, 2, hands to the mat, low plank. Up dog. Down dog. High plank. Lower to the mat. 4, 3. Just take little baby sips of this. 2. Lay flat. Good work. Lace your hands at your lower back. Man, when we bring our hands together, I'll tell you. Okay, tighten up your limbs. Hug the muscles to the bones. Forehead at chin to the mat. Breathe out. Inhale, lift up, and launch yourself. Collarbones to the front. Soles of the feet to the back. And then you levitate on the in-breath. You see, the in-breath gets you lighter. It creates more of the form of the pose. And it gets you lighter. Come down. Bow. Bend your knees. Reach back and grab the tops of your feet or your shins. Hug to the midline. Elbows and knees in. Breathe out. Inhale, press your shins back. Now, this is a perfect example of right energy. If you just press too back through your shins, you'll burn out. So an appropriate press through your shins so you can maintain balance and right aim. Right? Focusing your attention and sustaining your attention, especially when it starts to burn. Press straight back. Soles of the feet up. Come down. Lace your hands at the back of your head. It's just another locust variation. Just shifting the weight throughout the body. Inner biceps away from the mat. Breathe out. Inhale, thigh bones up, sternum up, everything lifts up. Your aim is to get the blood flowing to the pubic area. So thigh bones up, thigh bones up. Come on now, come on. Get your thigh bones off the mat. Sternum up. Great, come down. Yeah, you got to put that extra oomph in. Bow. Bend your knees, grab the tops of your feet. Breathe out. Inhale, shins back. This is when you transform Okay, go to your edge. 5, 4. Spread out your toes. 3, 2. Come down. Upward dog. Smooth transition. So intention and then execution. Fill up the gap with consciousness, with action. Downward dog. Camel. Bring your knees down. Stand up on your knees. It's great. If you want to work with a block with a blue stripe in it, a thicker block, that'll keep you integrated. One of the things is when you go into a lot of space, you lose integration. So hug the knees in, or hug the thigh bones in. Scoop your tailbone under. And if you want to go back, you can drop your head back and you can bring your hands to your heels, or you can just start with your hands on your bum with your fingertips pointing up or down. 5, 4. Let the in-breath excavate all the stuck, tight tissue of the torso. 3, 2, down dog. It's amazing what the body reveals when we bring awareness to it. So wherever awareness goes, energy flows. Energy is expansive. Drop your knees to the floor. It's like breaking up the soil, hard earth. Just flow. Take out all the clutter and be spacious. And your heart's just like the red-orange desert sun. And it's rising above, lifting up out of the torso. 5, 4, 3, 2, down dog. Great hold. Jump through your hands, lay on your back for bridge. Or just bring your feet to the floor, your knees to the floor, and cross your ankles and find your way there. Bring your feet flat on the floor at hip-width distance, arms by your side. And lift your hips up. Lace your hands at your lower back. I recommend, if you have a strap, use it. Integrate your arms so they're one arm. Use both arms and press them down into the mat. Shimmy the shoulders to the midline and press the back of your head into the mat a little bit. 5. Press down through the inner edge of the feet. 4. That'll help rotate your thigh bones, inner thigh bones to the mat. 3. 2. Come down. Good work. Okay, bridge again, or chakrasana, wheel. Bring your hands by your ears on the floor, on the mat, and take your hands wider than your shoulders. And make sure where your hand meets your wrist, that part is flat. Okay, scoop your tail, press down, and do a back bend. Come up. Golden hands and golden feet. So polish up the hands and the feet. Activate the breath. Send the breath down into the hands and down through the feet. Bring your chin to your chest, and with grace, come down. That was only one. Just one. That was one wheel. We'll do another one. You want to do another one? We'll do another one. Definitely another one. Okay, hands and feet set. This might be the last one. Press down and go up. You really never know. You never know. Scoop your tail. Notice how your legs get heavier when you scoop your tail. You have about 70% of your body weight in your legs. 30% in your arms. Chin to your chest, come back to the mat. It'd kind of be exciting if we did another one. It'd be exciting. That would stir something up. Okay, we'll do another one. Hands and feet set. Press down and go up. Don't miss this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, chin to your chest, come down. That, I have to say, that was pretty exciting. It was pretty exciting. We're going to do this one with you right now. You're going to guide us through this one. Are you ready? Get ready, get set, go. Don't think. Come out of your thinking mind. You haven't even tapped into your power yet. Not yet. Not until you're ready to give up. Not really. And then you give up giving up. And you take action. And before you know it, what you're looking for found you. 5, 4. Press down. Come on. Press down. 3, 2. Chin to your chest, come down. All right. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get ready. Don't think about not coming up. Come on. Come on. I see it. You're like, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this one or not. Get committed. Press down and come up. The universe will hear you. It's all through action. It's all through action, not what you recite with your lips or what you proclaim. No, you declare through action. Right? 10. Steady, steady, committed. Right? Love, bring the love. 5, 4, 3, 2. Carefully come down. Right? Bring the bottoms of your feet together and rest. Close your eyes. You know, breakthroughs are so exciting. They really are. But you have to be willing to break down. You'll know when you're really living for something that you'll die for it too. I don't know if I would die for yoga, but like I look at my sister, I know she would die for her children. I know a lot of you mothers in here would die for your children. And your body is your child. You know, it's your gift, and you got to take care of it. It's really, you know, in yoga, it's what you live for. Not what you die for, what you live for. And you begin living for something and taking a stand for something when you realize who you are. So there's an inquiry, who am I? That's like one of the greatest yoga questions that's ever been posed. Who am I? So meditate. You meditate. And this is one of the great paths to meditation. One of the best I know. Full catharsis, and then you just get to rest. And all that unnecessary tension and angst disappears, and we can really put our energy into stillness, into reflection. And it's not something you can try to do. It's just a knack that develops over time with perseverance and devotion, showing up regularly, whether it's just rolling out your mat at your house or, you know, really being here with us. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're present. Straighten your legs, stretch your arms behind you. Huge breath in. Empty it out. Another one. Big breath in. Breathe out. Huge breath in. Dump it. Hug your knees into your body. Rock from side to side. Bring your chin in the opposite direction of your knees. Dead bug. Reach down and grab the outer edges of your feet. Straighten your legs up to the sky. Hands behind your head. Only do this if you want a powerful core. If you don't want a powerful core, you can do child's pose or something. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Spread out your toes. Breathe in. As you exhale, pulse. 1, 2, 3 through the nose. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 together. 9, 10. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Pranayama. 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, whatever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Together. 10. 9. Bring your knees in. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool, right? There's an element of control in the surrender. There's an element of surrender in the control. This is balanced action. Right? It takes presence. It takes love. Right? Call it what you want. It takes being here right now in the middle of this and all this action. You're focused. Your energy sustained through pranayama. Legs up. Sit on your forearms or bring your arms by your side. Drop your legs 30%. Lift your head and shoulders up. Just don't strain your neck. Legs another 30%. Drop your legs 2 inches from the floor. 10. Stay calm. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Just be present. Be present. And then you'll find the energy reserves that you need. Just got to be patient. 5. Committed. 4. Calm. 3. 2. Legs vertical. Knees into your chest. Twist. Knees to the left. Chin to the right. So you created a lot of tension in the abdominal wall, and now you release it. Bring your knees up to center and over to the right. Chin to the left. Come back to center. Grab underneath your thigh bones. Rock and roll head to heels. Massage the big sheets of muscle on your back body. And after the third or fourth time, cross your ankles. Bring your hands to the mat. Step back down dog. You can vinyasa through. Truly, this is revolutionary. Just coming in 60 minutes, 90 minutes. Laying out your mat no matter where you are. Just having that intention to get closer to yourself, to live in your skin, to create some space in your life. Half pigeon, right foot to your left hand. Drop your right knee down to your right thumb. You can add a block under your right hip or a rolled up towel. Drop your head down to the earth. Really getting close down to the earth. Just laying your body down on the floor. It's really powerful. Neurologically, it just shifts things because you're not usually laying on the floor like this, close to it. The practice of humility. Dropping down as low to the earth as possible. What a humbling practice, especially if you think you're strong. And you realize how much stronger you can get, the possibility of how much more you can access into your life. Because a lot of us have strong bodies, but we've been programmed to have a weak mind. Because once you start integrating your mind into your body, you become whole, present. And it's all through intention and execution. I have this intention to be healthy, but what do I have to take? What action do I have to take to really bring health into my life? And we know this intuitively. We start sweating, we start moving the joint systems around and stretching the muscles. How healthy this is. It just inspires an amazing release physiologically through all the systems of the body. And we let go a lot of waste. Every system's balanced more effectively. And I just know this, when my body's healthy and I feel good, like it's so much easier to be kind and loving to people and understanding. And the only way you don't leak energy is if you're present right here in the practice. All of your energies are to this breath, whether it's an in-breath or an out-breath. And you'll see the practice is about moving into stillness because you'll be able to see the fluctuations of consciousness when you're still. And really, you calm them by a fluid breath. If the breath is ragged and choppy, then consciousness will be like that. You'll kind of be in and out. It's like a flickering light. You'll be present, but then you'll start thinking about pasta or your bills you have to pay or how you may get a parking ticket or this or whatever you think about. You know how weird you get when you start thinking? The stuff that goes through your mind is like complete. If we could put all the stuff up on like a film to what was going on in your mind, and it's all warranted. Yeah, you're crazy. Okay, but can you see your craziness? Can you become present to everything that blocks you from being here right now? Breathe big, really big. Yeah. Okay, down dog. Half pigeon on your left side. Be on solid ground. Solid ground. And when I say solid ground, yeah, I'm talking about your mat and putting a block under there, but I'm talking about an inner ground, a space that you can live from, that you cultivate by doing yoga poses, by eating a healthy diet. You create a space, an inner space. See, if the mind isn't in the body, the mind will always tug you to be in anywhere but here. Flex your left foot. Chris, I would modify this. Breathe in and out of your nose. Be interested in the length of your in-breath. And when you breathe in, what muscles are being stretched? Because really, that's how you stretch, is by breathing. Your body swells when you breathe in. And you can hold the in-breath for a moment or two. And be an artist with it. And then breathing out. How much air do you get out of your body? And notice there's always a residual air. So when you breathe out, you can actually squeeze out any more that you have in there. Be that thorough when you breathe, that artistic. And you'll see the whole time you're practicing breath, there'll be a consciousness around that you usually don't evoke without intention. It's untapped potential. That's it. I mean, just remember, you're just a possibility. You know, the person you were born to be, that's just a possibility. It's like you're a seed, you know, and the seed can just stay in its shell for lifetime, for years and years and years and years. Hundreds of years. But then you put that seed in the right environment and you give it attention, and, you know, all of a sudden that seed turns into a little sapling. Well, it spends time in the dark, right? And then it germinates under the right conditions, and it works through all the rubble and the darkness, and it finally reaches to the light. And then the sun and the wind and the rain beat on it, and it challenges it, and in spite of that, it keeps growing and growing. Man, and if you give it awareness, maybe someday it'll flower and put out a fruit. And this is the possibility of yoga. It's a method, and it's how you live it, you know, how you assimilate, how you incorporate into your life. And all it is awareness. All we're training here is for awareness. It's to be present with what we're doing. Doesn't matter what yoga poses and what sequence you do. It really doesn't. This works. This sequence works because we've adapted it. You know, my teachers adapted it to the modern body and the modern mind. Swing your right leg over, double pigeon. Cross your right ankle past your left thigh bone. We don't hold this long, so come into the pose, ground your sitting bones. You can put a block under your left thigh or your left knee. Inhale, lengthen the sternum up to the sky. As you exhale, fold forward. See, this is the whole thing. Once you start getting healthy and you start practicing daily, you know, or just regularly, you come 3 times a week, 4 times a week. If you want it to work, you got to come at least 3 times a week. Like, you'll feel good on the other 2 days if you come twice a week or once a week. But if you want it to really work and transform, you got to come at least 3 times. And then you'll see when you leave here, your energy is clearer. You begin to pick up on patterns that you wouldn't otherwise picked up on. Like just the way you eat. You know, you're eating something that's unhealthy. Your new sensitive body after practice will reveal to you, okay, that wasn't good. You feel kind of stuck and heavy. And all of a sudden you start eating clean and you see, wow, this food that I'm eating is like my fuel. I come onto the mat, I feel good. You want to challenge yourself. You want to break through. You have the courage to break down. You have the courage to come apart. That's all par for the course. You want to grow. You want to have breakthroughs. You want to have insight. Then, you know, you got to be in the realm of I don't know. And when you're on the edge, you're in the realm of I don't know. When you're at the edge, you corner yourself into being. Presence. Power. And you can look. You can see power. You can see it in someone's presence. Know that power is always up to presence. It's not what you do. It's not even who. It's what moves through who. It's what moves through you. What moves through me. It's that energy that keeps life pulsating. That's power. You can channel it. Once you become still, you'll know how to channel it. Sit up. Switch legs. I like what Lance Armstrong said. I still like what he says, even if he did steroids. I still like him. But he said, you know, he's studied thousands and thousands of successful people, and he said they have one common thing. They all share, and it's the ability to sustain their attention over long periods of time. You know, and not just because you're successful, that doesn't mean you're powerful, but a lot of powerful people become successful. I mean, the truly powerful people are the agents that change the world. They're revolutionaries. And trust me, everyone you see out there who has what you want, they worked for it. It's not like they were born for it. They worked for it. At some point, they worked for it. At some point, you got to sit with yourself, turn your attention inward, and remember what you have. Because truly, yoga is not something you learn from the outside. It's a remembering of what you were born with. You were born with power. You just been giving it away, blaming everybody else and pointing your finger at the condition, this or that. Man, you find your seat, you come in your stillness, and then everything resolves itself into crystal clarity. You start connecting the dots. You start getting it, that you're a creator. Everything around you is what you created. And who you're going to be tomorrow is what you do today. This is the realm of Vinyasa. We realize we start connecting the dots. Wow, what I am today is what I did yesterday. And who I'm going to be tomorrow is what I'm doing today. And you even get more focused in on, okay, not today, this moment. Sit up. Extend your legs in front of you. Lay on your back. Put a block under your bum. Straighten your legs up to the ceiling. Really good way to end your asana practice is do an inversion. Just the effect of gravity on your blood, on your circulatory flow, that shifts. The effect of gravity shifts. It makes your blood flow more potential, stronger system. The circulatory system strengthens. And it feels so good to be in a body that has vitality. You actually want to stay in a body. A lot of the time we try escaping from the body by eating food or drinking or smoking or anything else. All of the above, yeah. And when you live in a healthy body, it pulls you to being present. I mean, you want to be here, where you are, no matter where you are. Well, I mean, sometimes you don't want to be there, but you realize how important being there is. You realize wherever you are is where you need to be. And you start opening up to that space and you become receptive, and all of a sudden, as soon as the student is ready, the teacher appears. Remember, the universe is your university. You're training to be a student of life. We just use yoga poses and the philosophy of yoga, the system of yoga, because it's a great form for our culture. Our bodies are broken apart. We sit in chairs, driving cars. Our bodies become stiff. It's kind of, we literally suffocate ourselves. You start doing some backbends and some inversions and some sun salutations, and you realize your body has a pharmacy. It has everything you need. You don't have to look to experts anymore. You start connecting it. You start getting it. Like Hippocrates said, physician, heal thyself. We realize the power's in our hands. We start giving it away and asking people what's wrong with us and how to fix ourselves. And we realize, wow, nothing's broken. All I have to do is start breathing. And I start realizing that my problems in life aren't about my problems. It's just me being disconnected from my body. Man, when I'm present, I'm in my body. My blood's flowing. I've practiced my yoga. I meditated. My whole perspective shifts. I start being the victim. And I start being the victor. There's victory. And every time you breathe Ujjayi, the victory breath, every time you remember to come back to the present moment, there's a mini victory. And you'll see how much more effective you are in your life, in your relationship, with every endeavor that you have when you're present. It's really the key to success. And to me, success is living with joy, living with gratitude. Having an attitude supports my higher way of being. You can bring your knees to your forehead. Or you can bring your feet behind you and curl your toes under and press your heels back for plow. Stay there or bring your knees by your ears, Deaf Man's Pose. Just about 10 breaths. Really good for the thyroid and the parathyroid. Just diverting blood flow. It's really, the spaces we access with asana, they're really not accessible without this type of intention and action. The body needs to be loved, just like a garden needs to be loved and the earth needs to be tilled. And the same thing with the body. You got to treat it like your garden. You got to go in and tend it every single day. Otherwise, weeds start growing and the potential energy is being used up and just surviving. Nah, we want to create. We want to recreate ourselves. To do that, we have to tap into our source, our unpolluted center. Okay, lay on your back. Hug your knees in. Straighten your left leg flat on the floor. Twist, right knee to the left, chin to the right. Come back to center. Hug in. Straighten your right leg flat. Twist your left knee to the right. Come back to center. Hug in. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and rest. Tell you nothing from the past or any hopes or desires of the future can live in the present moment, in the light of the present moment. That's all darkness. It really is. And all you have to do to get rid of darkness is turn on the light. So you just practice presence right now. You have an amazing body that's prepared to be here. So close your eyes, cut off all of the sensory information to the brain. You can put a towel over your eyes. Have your arms below your heart so your heart doesn't have to pump blood up into the arms. You can have your right hand on the center of your heart, on the center of your chest, and the left hand over the center of your belly. And just be still. Really simple. Just be still and stay present. Take a big breath in. Empty it out. Breathe in. Empty it out. Roll over onto your right side and curl up in a fetal position. Keep your eyes closed, sit up. Bring your hands to your heart. A sea of three. Pray hands to your forehead center. Take a big breath in. Together we say namaste, peace and love. Great work. Good job, you guys. Good work.